Yo, what's happening, people? Back again for another stream. Don't forget to smash that like button and don't forget to subscribe to my channel at Gav Goes In. So, for the last edition of the Euro 2024, so we're talking about the potential top goal scorers of the tournament. I think a lot of names in there that I've gone for. I've gone for 5 names that are going to be the obvious ones people are going to look at. There might be a certain person in that list which might be a bit of a surprise, and also the omission of another player that I've not included, and I'll tell you the reasons why. So, for me, the 5 players I believe that will be in for the shout of top scorer. You've obviously got France's Kylian Mbappe. Obviously, their captain now as well. I think in terms of being their main source of goals, I think Giroud is going to play a big part in this. So obviously, Giroud's a number 9 that is a facilitator of the attack in terms of he can be a target man, he can link the play, which allows your wide players to get the goals. And I think someone like Giroud will be key in the tournament for someone like Mbappe to play off. So I can see if Mbappe does end up with the golden boot for top scorer, then I think he's going to owe a lot of it to Giroud's unselfish work. And obviously, yeah, he's going to be playing the majority of the games as well. So for sure, I think Mbappe will be up there. Yeah, so it's not a surprising one there. Then obviously you've got Harry Kane. Obviously, as we know, Harry Kane's had a great season in terms of his goal scoring. Yet again, he hasn't won nothing, which is a big stain on his record. And it's going to be a chance for Harry Kane to show the world really that he has got what it takes to win a major trophy. And I believe this will be in terms of international. This could be his main tournament for him to do anything major. Because I think after he's 30 now. You've got the World Cup, but I don't think that'll be a peak Harry Kane. I think he's gonna be. I think he'll be on a decline from after this tournament, in my opinion. But goal scoring wise, his goal scoring is second to none. Obviously he does get a lot of penalties as well. But yeah, he'll be one of the names for sure that'll be in the shout for the top scorer. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Same with Romelu Lukaku. I think Lukaku, his record for Belgium is ridiculous, albeit against probably the lesser teams in Europe. But I think generally in major competitions for Belgium, he does get a few goals for them. So he'll be for sure up there as well. And I think with the ammunition he's got behind him with the likes of De Bruyne, Tielemans, what's his name? Jeremy Doku will play on the left, most probably, and Leandro Trossard. He should be in with a shout to get a few more goals for Belgium, and I think he'll be up there for sure. Yeah, and then Robert Lewandowski. I think I've gone for Lewandowski purely because of his standing in the game. Obviously, Lewandowski is on a decline. I think he still managed to score, 20 plus goals for Barcelona, despite being, he might be 34 now. But Lewandowski's a top player anyway, obviously playing for a team that is arguably inferior to the others. But I think I still expect Lewandowski to, when he does get a chance to bury it, he's a lethal finisher. But again, this could be Lewandowski's last tournament for Poland. So he's going to want to look to go in, or to go out, should I say, with a statement for Poland for sure. Again, like Lukaku, his record for Poland is ridiculous in comparison to his appearances. But yeah, I do expect him to get a few goals. But I don't expect Poland to go far really in the tournament. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see. And I've gone for an outsider, but someone that has always scored goals wherever he's gone, and that's Serbia's Alexander Mitrovic. I think Mitrovic, he could be a bit of a surprise package, I think, in this tournament. Obviously, he's known to fans most probably around the world, but in terms of his impact for Serbia and his goals, I think he could have, a good tournament, goal scoring wise, and he's someone that I've put in that list purely because I think he's probably slept on a bit, and I think obviously Serbia have creators like Dusan Tadic and Andrija Zivkovic as well on that right. I think they'll be looking to feed him, and I think he could surprise a lot of people in this tournament. But he's more of an outside chance because it depends on how far Serbia get. And I think the likes of Mbappe, possibly Harry Kane and Lukaku, I think their teams will probably get more further than Serbia and Poland, which will have them in with a shout to win the top scorer. But yeah, I think Mitrovic, as I say, he's playing in Saudi now for, I believe, Al Hilal. I think he's got 21 goals this season, which, it's obviously he's still showing he can score, albeit in a league which is not as competitive. But yeah, he's still showing that he can get the goals. For me, someone that's not included is Cristiano Ronaldo, and I think the reason I've not included Cristiano Ronaldo, and people might say, well, Mitrovic is in there, he's playing in the same league, and Ronaldo's outscored him. The reason for me I've not included Ronaldo is because I don't know if Ronaldo is going to get the game time that he's used to getting. And the reason I say that is because Portugal are going to have to be carrying him a lot of the time, because Ronaldo's just going to be someone that's just going to finish off the moves. But he's not really going to be getting involved in the actual play as much. So I think with Portugal, can they afford to have someone like Ronaldo that's not going to contribute to the entire game, especially against top teams where they're going to be having more possession, I believe. So if they play a Spain or a France, these teams could have more possession, and Ronaldo will be a liability in that sense because he's not going to go and pressure the ball, and when he does get it, he's going to have to be reliable to keep it as well. And that's purely why I've not put him in that list. Obviously, in years before, he'd be obviously in that list because obviously his goal scoring record speaks for itself. But I don't know if he'll play majority of the games. They've got Gonzalo Ramos and Diogo Jota as the other options to play through the middle. But yeah, it depends really how often he's going to play. But I think, as I said, with a lot of these players, you're possibly looking at an Mbappe. I think Mbappe, Kane, and Lukaku, you're probably looking at one of them three. As I said, I mentioned Ronaldo already, but you're looking at one of them three to probably win Golden Boot because their teams invariably might go the furthest, But who knows? There could be a surprise package. You know what I mean? Olivier Giroud could do it. You could have Artem Dovbyk from Ukraine, depending on how they get on. They might be a dark horses to get in the latter stages. But yeah, it's sure to be interesting. But yeah, make sure you guys smash the like button and subscribe to my channel. So if you've got any comments to put in the chat, if you feel there's any players that I've missed out that should be in with a shout for top scorer, be sure to put that in. And guys, I'm going to be back at 10 p.m. to do the Man United and Man City FA Cup final match reaction. There's a few things that I'm going to be touching on. I'll tell you now, you don't want to miss it because a lot of people in this YouTube that I watch have kind of hinted at a few of the issues, but for me, I'm just going to go into it, and because I've been aware of certain issues within this club for time in terms of players and biases by fans, and for me, it's turned into something that I never thought football would be. but I'm going to touch on it. So I say I'm going to run through the match reaction at 10 p.m. Going to go through the player performances and how I think they've performed. I'm going to talk about Ten Hag. Obviously, the news come out yesterday that he's been sacked, and I did say this. I was adamant that he was gone, and it looks like that's going to happen, and hopefully it happens after the game, because Ineos need to be ruthless like that and get things going. And I'm going to touch on, as I say, the bias from fans to certain players and why I feel this is happening. So yeah, guys, be sure to catch me at 10 p.m. On my channel at Gav Goes In. As I say, if you've got any comments, put it in the chat, and I'll catch you guys at 10 p.m. Take it easy.